Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I am your host, Nick Corner, Assistant Commissioner for Media Relations. Today, I'm joined by John Larson of UMD Football. John, thanks for taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, John, before we get into football, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm originally from Brand, Minnesota, which is about an hour and a half south of Duluth here. I am a mechanical engineering major in my final semester, graduating December.
All right, so you mentioned you're a senior, but you're a six-year senior, I believe, sixth fall on campus at UMD after redshirting, and then the COVID season. Last week, you took the field at Upper Iowa. How special was this season opener compared to some of the others?
This one was special being that I really didn't know if it was going to happen at one point. You know, you get the phone call, what was that, about mid-August, roughly, later August, where, you know, NSIC's canceled all fall activities. And, you know, the question, am I coming back? Am I not? I was set to graduate. You know, just, you ran out there on, you know, against Upper Iowa, and you're grateful because you didn't know at one point if this was ever going to happen again.
Yeah, and like you said, you were able to take the field last week down in Fayette against Upper Iowa, a team that beat UMD back on your home field in 2019. I'm sure that was fresh in everyone's minds. You didn't play in that game, but you did come out firing on Thursday night, throwing 6 touchdown passes, 5 in the first half. What was clicking for the Bulldogs to start down that game down in Fayette?
It basically was a, you know, snowball effect. It's restarted hot and just refed off that. And you know, we had a few penalties, but we just kept making plays and we kept making drives last. And, you know, they ended up in touchdowns. And once you get, you know, we just got rolling, and sometimes it's just hard to stop. It's just momentum taking us, you know, for, you know, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, game of momentum. You get to the halftime. We mentioned the 5 first half touchdowns. Third quarter came out. Both defenses stiff and no points scored in the third quarter. What adjustments did their defense make that slowed you guys down a little bit?
Yeah, they really just, you know, we were trying to establish a run game, and they just, you know, their front forward. They were very good. They had some talent up front for sure, and they were giving it to us a little bit. And, you know, they just decided they're going to stop the run, and we tried to run the ball, and, you know, they made some plays. I'm not going to lie, like they beat us a few times, but, you know, towards the end of the third and into the fourth, we figured that out and, you know, made some adjustments and put in one more touchdown to ice the game.
We mentioned football is the ultimate team sport. Tell us about some of those teammates that were out there on the field with you on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, number one's got to be Brent Lang. I mean, the guy's just he's a beast. He's massive, fast, quick, just, you know, probably one of the best players in the conference, regardless of the position. And then if you want to look on the outside for us, we got skill all over with Armani Carmichael and Johnny McCormick, Byron Bynum, Zach Ogile, you know, in the middle, you know, playing fullback, tight end for us, Curtis Wigan, and then Kaz Martin and Wade Sullivan in the backfield with me. It's pretty nice to look around and see that supporting cast sitting next to you.
That's quite the potent offense for the Bulldogs. The Bulldog defense, though, only gave up 14 points. They held Upper Iowa passing attack to just 4 completions last week. Who stood out on defense for the Bulldogs?
I mean, we had a lot of guys that, you know, defense was kind of an unknown. You know, we had some returners for sure, some guys playing some new positions, and just, you know, like we had a couple freshmen in there, I believe. It was just the secondary, just even when, you know, the pass, you know, he had a step maybe, they just always recovered, made it a very hard throw. And that, you know, shows when you only complete 4 passes. I mean, it's not all on the QB. Sometimes it's just the DBs making, you know, great plays. And our front 4 played well, and that was a group where we didn't know what we were fully going to get. We had guys like Dan Munson, who's played a ton, and then we've had some guys, Dan Munson, Nate Pearson have both played a ton, but, you know, some newer guys in there, especially on the interior side of things. And I thought they played really, really well. I mean, you know, held 14 points. You can, you know, as an offensive guy, I'll never complain about giving up 14.
So you win 41-14 down in Fayette, go 1-0. This weekend, a huge weekend. You guys host number 3 Minnesota State. You guys are ranked 20th in the nation. They're number 3. Before we get to the matchup, it's a special night in Duluth. It's Military Appreciation Night. Tell us a little bit about that event and how it's happening on 9/11 and what special events are happening.
Yeah. So I know, one of the cool things that, makes military appreciation really cool is we get a flyover before the game from the Air Force Base. That's right up the road here. And I mean, I've been a part of 3 military appreciation games now, but it does add a little bit something special when, it's on the 20-year anniversary of 9/11. I mean, I was around, I was a little kid when that happened, but you've seen the stories, and it's just kind of cool to, on the day it happened, we're honoring people that have, sacrificed, and, first responders, firefighters, policemen, military. We're honoring all of them, just, what they sacrificed, throughout history. And obviously being on 9/11 just on that day, it's just really special. Just the fans, the people that come out support the community. I've had, a lot of people reach out just excited for the game. And, you don't always get that at, places. It just kind of makes Duluth very special, I believe.
Yeah, there's going to be quite the show pre-game. There's going to be quite the show during the game. As we said, number 3 Minnesota State's visiting Minnesota Duluth, perennial powers in the NSIC. How excited are you as a senior to be able to be a part of this game on Saturday?
I'm very excited. I'm getting, I get goosebumps just thinking about playing. I think about playing, but then, after last year, I never knew if I would get to play in this rivalry one more time. And, if throughout my 2 times playing them, it hasn't went our way, but there still is just something special about UMD versus Mankato. It's just a staple in this area of the map. So it's just, I'm excited. I know they're going to be good. We're good. It's going to be, it's going to be some high intensity football, to say the least.
If it comes down to one thing in football, there's all the turnovers, converting third downs, all that. But if there's one X factor in Saturday's game, what would be the key to victory for the Bulldogs?
I mean, for us after last week, we had to have over 100 yards of penalties. And sometimes you can get away with that when you play, a number 3 team in the country. There's no room for, giving away yards like that. And, some in the games like this, not everything's going to go your way. They're good. They're going to make plays. But when we just give up, when we're starting 1st and 20 against the number 3 team in the country, it's going to be a tall task if we keep doing that to ourselves.
All right. Well, best of luck to you and the Bulldogs on Saturday. Let's hope you keep those penalties down. Have a nice, clean game up there. But before we let you go, you said you're entering your 6th fall. You're a senior, a mechanical engineer major. What are your plans post UMD?
I worked for a company up in Duluth this last summer, working on, pipelines and stuff like that, Lake Superior Consulting. I'm probably going to end up somewhere in the, energy field of mechanical engineering would be my goal. But, I like to kind of think of, more like a week at a time right now. Just enjoy every week as I get it, because this is the last go around.
Sure. A lot of football ahead of you yet this fall for you and the Bulldogs. So again, best of luck to you this weekend. Saturday night, 6 o'clock up in Duluth. Number 20 Minnesota Duluth hosts number 3 Minnesota State. You can watch that on the NSIC network. That'll wrap up this week's show. Thank you again to our sponsor, gpac. And John, thank you for taking the time to join us on the NSIC Spotlight. And best of luck to you and the Bulldogs.
Thank you. Have a good one.